video, I talked about who I thought were the last great characters of the WWE. Razor Ramon oozing machismo, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, your Olympic hero Kurt Angle. Characters that just had so much going for them, and I could see why they were so popular. This video, however, is my top 10 list of wrestlers that fans seem to like, but I don't know why. It's like the wrestler walks out, people cheer, and I don't understand it. Why are they cheering for this guy? Unlike the great characters I talked about last video, I don't see the appeal of these characters. To me, people seem to be cheering for them for no reason. It's like they walk out, people are like, yay! And I'm like, why? There are wrestlers that I may not care for, but I can at least see why they're appealing. For example, I never really liked Too Cool and Rikishi, but I can see why people would like them. I never really liked The Godfather either, but I could see why people would like him. The guy came out with a line of women. How could you not see it? But this is a top 10 list of characters where I don't even see how they're appealing. And before we get started, yes, John Cena is on this list. In fact, he's number 1. The appeal of this smiling, orange shirt wearing, saluting buffoon continues to elude me. Now, back when he was a mid-carder back in 04, I could see the appeal. Because he had that attitude. I never really cared for him, but he was like this edgy mid-carder, wearing throwback clothing, making fun of everybody. You know, I could see the appeal. And when he did that "you can't see me" thing, you know, it made sense. It was a part of the character. But when he became this smiling Super Cena world champion, not only did this no longer make sense, it became this blatant, ugly promotional tool. Like, he'd be smiling on a poster like this. How is that appealing? Why cheer for that? Super Cena, in my opinion, can be compared to the boyhood dream Shawn Michaels. I said in my last video how one of my favorite characters of all time went away the day after WrestleMania 11 when Shawn Michaels became babyface. After WrestleMania 12, the Shawn Michaels characters got completely lame. You know, coming out with Jose lethargic, holding the camcorder. You know, of course I was booing him too. Cheer this character, boo this character. Cheer this character, boo this character. But let's move on with the rest of the top 10. I think you may be surprised at who's number 2. So, coming in at number 10, Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels comes in at number 10 because his support seems to mostly come from the fanboys, and I think I might have an idea why. I think a lot of fanboys like to support this guy because he's this wrestler from the indies who got his chances in WCW and TNA, and they want him to do well. But in my opinion, other than the ability to pull off a pretty good match, there's almost nothing appealing about this character. His character, in fact, is a complete mess in my opinion. Let's look at, in my opinion, the last great wrestling character, Kurt Angle. Who's Kurt Angle? He's your Olympic hero. What's his finishing move? The Olympic Slam. He lives by the 3 eyes. Everything about this Kurt Angle character, from the way he walked to the ring, to the way he acted in the ring, to the way he left the ring, to the way he cut his promos and interacted with other wrestlers, is completely consistent. Razor Ramon. Who's Razor Ramon? He's the bad guy. What's his finishing move? The Razor's Edge. What's his motivation? Ego and money. Everything about the Razor Ramon character, from the way he walked to the ring, to the way he acted in the ring, to the way he left the ring, to the way he cut his promos and interacted with other wrestlers, is completely consistent. Now, who's Christopher Daniels? He has this elaborate entrance. He comes out in this long robe and makeup that makes him look all mysterious. But then when he talks, he sounds like a normal guy, which completely voids that entrance. And then when he wrestles, he's like X Division style. And one of his feature moves is called the World's Greatest Moonsault. Like a show-offy name that sounds more appropriate for like Marvelous Mark Merrow or something. His entrance language, his match language, and his promo language seem completely at odds, and his character comes across as unrefined, unfocused, and not very well thought out. The question is this: if Christopher Daniels is not going to properly invest in his character, then why should I? Why should I cheer for that guy? Because he does the world's greatest moonsault? I don't think so, pal! Coming in at number 9, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy version 1.0? More like Marty Jannetty version 2.0, you know? What compels people to cheer for this guy? I remember sitting in a WWE crowd when his keyboard music would start, and everybody would be like, yay! And I'm like, why? Why are you saying yay? What compels you to say yay for this character? You know, he looks like some ham and egg with an internet gimmick. You know, I don't get it. At number 8, R-Truth. Okay, now why are people cheering for this guy? Last I remember, he's some ham and egger in DX, teaming with X-Pac or something. Next thing I know, I'm in a TNA crowd, and it's like, no, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, no, 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 and the crowd's going nuts, like, yeah, what's up, I'm like, what the hell, and now he's in WWE, and he's like a fan favorite over there, let me get this straight. Wrestlers are now getting over using I'm awesome and what's up, like, what's next, hey, how you doing? Hey! How you doing? I said, hey! How you doing? And the crowd goes nuts, and I lose my faith in wrestling fans forever. At number 7, American Dream. And I'm talking about this version. Perhaps as a show of the WWF's promotional muscle, they were able to get WWF fans to cheer for a big fat guy in polka dots dancing in the ring. Now, I know Dusty Rhodes had a career before the WWF, but I don't think most WWF fans thought about that. I think they were just cheering for a big fat guy dancing in the ring. It'd be like, American Dream. Ding, 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 ding. And he'd be dancing. He's just a common man. And people would be going nuts. My friend J-Body was cheering like crazy for this guy. And I'm like, what is this? The WWF version of the Dusty Rhodes character was so annoying to me as a kid. You want to know why I was one of the first ever fans of The Undertaker? Because he debuted at Survivor Series 1990 and beat the shit out of Dusty Rhodes. I remember at school the next day, I'm like, The Undertaker, this guy rules, because he beat the shit out of Dusty Rhodes! At number 6, Diamond Dallas Page. Now here's one that I've been wondering for a long time. Why the heck do people cheer for Diamond Dallas Page? It's like this old guy coming out to grunge music, self high five, down and out, down, down, down and out, and he's like walking through the crowd, and the crowd's going crazy, and he was getting world title shots, and I'm like, what is this? It made no sense to me, It's like Diamond Dallas Page should team up with R-Truth. Together they can be the team of unexplained popularity. Like, self high five. Next we have a tie at number 4 and number 5 between Edge and Mr. Anderson. Character-wise, what's the difference between Edge and Mr. Anderson? Edge has a trench coat, and Mr. Anderson has a microphone. Because besides that, in my opinion, they pretty much act the same way, and pretty much represent the same overall generic character. The sarcastic smartass, like, whoa, whatever, man. Like that, the juvenile asshole. There's less individuality than you think. Edge's storyline with Kane? In my opinion, the writers could take out the Edge character, put in the Mr. Anderson character, or put in the Jack Swagger character for that matter, and it would almost work the exact same way. The segments, the promos, you could keep the dialogue almost word for word, and it would probably work, because underneath those outfits and fancy costumes, that's how generic these characters actually are. Now, if you put in a good character, like a Razor Ramon or Ric Flair, you couldn't do that in my opinion. You couldn't copy and paste like that. With Razor, you'd probably need to modify so many of the scenes and rewrite the dialogue completely. Ric Flair probably wouldn't even be in this storyline. He's the jet-flying son of a gun. His character probably wouldn't even be in this kind of storyline with Kane, in my opinion. So he probably required a complete script rewrite. Characters, good characters, like Razor Ramon and Ric Flair, will have uniqueness to them. Therefore, they will require storylines that are more tailored towards them. There was a point when the Edge character started to get interesting. And that's when he first became the Rated R champion. At that point, he really felt like he was coming into his own, and the fans were starting to get interested. I was getting interested. He was getting high ratings. But the WWE seemed to chicken out and put the belt right back on Cena. Edge's first title reign should have been epic. He should have gotten a JBL-type WWE World title reign. But as usual, the WWE seemed to screw up their own product, and now Edge is your everyday generic smartass heel. You know, the rated R champion from 2006. You know, the world champion Edge character we have now, it's like not as good as that one. Coming in at number 3, The Miz. Hey, how you doing? I said, hey, how you doing? And now, coming in at number 2, Sheamus. No, just kidding. Coming in at number 2, Jack Swagger. No, just kidding again. Coming in at number 2, Sting. What's the difference between the Ultimate Warrior and Sting? In my opinion, the Ultimate Warrior is a true character performance with a look and personality that are effectively integrated. Sting, on the other hand, just comes across as a regular guy who just happens to wear face paint. He used to come out in the colorful face paint, the colorful jacket, the colorful tights, but the second he talked, it's like Christopher Daniels. It's like a regular guy. You know, in recent times, he walks around backstage with a bat like it's a prop, like someone just handed it to him, so he's just carrying it around. And he's already appeared on TNA TV wearing sunglasses and a suit. So why would he wear face paint again the next time? You know, in my opinion, with the Warrior character, the face paint is a part of the character's personality. Same with Jeff Hardy. It's a part of the character's personality, his artwork. With Sting, you just wonder why he even bothers. So there you have it. 10 wrestlers that people really like, and I don't fully understand why. Transformers is back, G.I. Joe is back, Rambo is back, even the Ghostbusters are coming back. I think it's time for the WWE to bring back the classic pay-per-view logos. The original logos for the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. I think both older and new fans would enjoy a return to the classic original logos. It would be nostalgic for the older fans, it would be new and refreshing to the newer fans. And in my opinion, any argument that the old logos are outdated is complete BS. Here's the last SummerSlam poster to use the original logo. Not only does it not look outdated in my opinion, it's one of the best looking ones. Look at it! Outdated? Compared to what? This? The original Royal Rumble logo was last used in 1995. The original WrestleMania logo was last used in 1993. And in my opinion, they still work just fine. In my opinion, not only would the original logo still work just fine, in my opinion, they just might work better than some of the current ones. The Monday Night Wars are over! Bring back the original logos!